We're recording for episode number 1. My name is Crouch. Welcome to Crouch's Farm. If you're watching this, as quite clearly been seen from up there at Crouch After Dark, there is a link in the channel in the description below this video. If you want to go watch hours and hours of boredom of me figuring out how Farm Simulator 25 works, you can click on that link and it will take you over to the Crouch After Dark channel, where I will stream predominantly historically Star Citizen, but now I have discovered a love for Farm Simulator 25. I've never played any of the previous versions. This has been on my Steam wish list for a while. I've picked it up. I have less than 10 hours, and I've got very little idea of what I'm doing, or how much the game has for me. Throwing myself into the deep, as I do love to do in the games that I played. I've got a saved game here that has got 1 minute on it. Apparently the minimum we can start with is 100,000. We're going to jump in. You can see here, that side, a little bit of live chat. If you do want to join me, either on Twitch or on YouTube, you can check out the video description. There'll be a link there to both my Twitch and to my YouTube, where we will record footage. I will record separately when I'm not streaming, just so we can compile together some episodes. Let's jump in. So here we go. Here's that save that I was talking about, Crouch's Farm. We're on this map as Zielonka. Apparently 100 grand is the minimum that we can start with. I've got it on normal mode. Let's jump into this and see how far we can get. Brand new saved game. I've played less than 10 hours. I've got some idea of the basics, but that's about it. Right, so this is the default starter farm that you start with. If we have a quick look at the map here, this apparently is the default starter farm that you'd normally start with, but we have nothing. No home, no land. I think we've got 100 grand. Yeah, here we go. We've got 100 grand, and that's it. Now, obviously, being a farming simulator pro, I know that we need to go over here to this shop, where we're going to buy ourselves a tractor, our very first tractor. In our city slicker. Man, this mouse is super sensitive. In our city slicker to, how do I get in the shop? Oh yeah, we get F1 will bring us up a little menu. Open the shop. In our city slicker to farmer series. Now, I have been having a look through, and I've been enjoying a bunch of other playthroughs from other YouTubers. I've really been enjoying the Rags to Riches series from a guy called Syrup on YouTube. So I've been learning a lot from him, which has been fantastic. Now, in my previous playthrough, or, my first look at my previous playthrough, my first look at Farming Simulator, we started with this John Deere tractor, 45 grand. It is the cheapest, I think, outside of this little Landini. 112 horsepower. This was the tractor we started with, the John Deere. Now, I'm thinking we got 100 grand to spend of just going straight into a medium-sized tractor like this Fiat. It's 63,500. It's 160 horsepower base. It's got a larger fuel tank. I'm really not 100% sure. I wish the number plates were a little wider so we could put Crouch on there properly. But otherwise, it's going to say Croachi. So this has an upgrade path, right? We've got some engine options which change it from 160 to 180 horsepower. This one we can put wheel weights on. And, I noticed as I was looking through some of the equipment, that some of it requires wheel weights. No fenders. This can also have a front loader attachment. And we're up to 70 grand already. If we... It's 10 grand for the upgrade. It probably makes way more sense to just start with the basics. Like that little John Deere. And then have like a progression path to level up. Because there's going to be a lot of grinding in the future. Obviously, we have nothing. So, you know, we're going to have to start with contracts. Oh, speaking of contracts, let's have a quick look at the contracts because that's going to influence. Okay, so we can do some fertilizing or we can do some wood transport. Okay, none of that is terribly exciting. Let's just quickly jump into the settings just to double check something. So I've got it currently at real time. Days per month is 1. Okay. So each in-game each in-game day is going to be 1 month. And I did switch off something here. I can't remember what I turned off. But otherwise, it's all defaults. Okay, so maybe this this contracts list will populate as the day progresses. We need a tractor and a fertilizer. And for wood transport, we either need some way of being able to afford this massive truck or some sort of trailer or something. Look, it probably makes sense. It probably makes sense to just grab this John Deere. Like I said, I'm a farming simulator pro with my whole less than 10 hours of gameplay. So this doesn't have any wheel weights or anything. If we stick, it doesn't matter which one we choose. We're just going to make sure that we buy the correct front loader attachment. So if we get this Hoyer, is that how you pronounce it? Hoyer? Look, this makes sense. I might, let's have a look. Medium tires or wide tires. Look, at this stage of the game, it doesn't make any difference. Let's get ourselves the cheapest possible tractor we can. The cheapest possible tractor, yeah. It's got the PTO on the back. It's got a 3-point hitch at the front. Front loader attachment. All right, let's just buy this tractor. 46,500. Yes, we're in it. All right. If you are watching this, by the way, on Crouch's Farm, welcome. Thank you. You will have to bear with me if I refer to chat, right? Because I'm recording this on Crouch After Dark, the channel where I do all my live streaming. Link in the description again. And so I might refer and, converse with the people who are chilling out with me live. Right, we bought ourselves a tractor. It should be sitting out the front here. There it is. Oh, I'm so used to the key commands from a different game. I can't zoom in. Right, we got ourselves a tractor. Minus 46,500 for our tractor. Croachi. All right, the tractor's not going to be of any use to us without some sort of implementations. Dagwin on Tubes is a great place to learn, is it, Slash? Stop talking to YouTube, no one's watching. This is for when I record, when I cut together my edit to put up on the Crouch's Farm. I will pay no more attention to you. We pay you. We're technically your bosses. Croachi bunker. Indeed. All right, so it looks like we're getting fertilizing. Look, I think the best thing to do is to get started with this fertilizer attachment implement. Oh, we can access the shop by pressing P, shortcut. Then they deliver everything to their car park. And I was got to come and pick it up. All right, so soil cultivation, seeding. There's something in here for fertilizer spreaders. Now, we could go for this small little one. This is the one I started with previously. 14 meter width, 300 liters of fertilizer. Or we could go big and go straight into this behemoth, 42 meters wide, 3,200 liters. It's going to gobble up half of our remaining budget. I want to check real quick how much a cultivator is. All right, so this one is 4 meters wide. Our tractor can pull this. What am I going to farm? Well, you know, I'm not sure what the future has. We're just going to have to take it day by day. We're just going to have to take it day by day. I would like to have some pigs. I think I'd like to have some pigs. And I think I'd like to have some barley. I don't know if there's any hemp in the game. A pot farm? Maybe. So I know that we're going to need a cultivator. 9.5 grand. I know that weeding contracts pop up a little bit. I think they are under weeders. So 9.5 grand and 6.5 grand. Look, it makes sense. It makes sense just to start with the basics. It makes sense just to start with the basics. And because there's a massive difference, right, between 25 grand and 2 grand. I think we'll just grab this one. Let's buy this. We're going to need some fertilizer for it. I think that's under consumables. Some fertilizer. Let's just get a couple of these, right? Oh, hang on, we're going to need a way to move these around. Let's get 2 of these. Now we need a way to move these around. Mr. Ramoyne, my friend, how are you? Joining us on YouTube. Hello, Crouch. Getting a taste for straw and hay bales? Man, I'm so much loving this game. So much loving this game. I've got less than 10 hours, but I can see myself playing so much of this. Now we need some way to move those pallets of fertilizer around. We've got nowhere to put any of this stuff. We might be squatting in this guy's car park for a while, or maybe we'll hitch all this stuff across the road to the abandoned farm that like the starter farm. It doesn't belong to us, but it's abandoned, right? So we can just keep all of our stuff there. Let's go to front loaders, and we got the oh man, I should have got the quickie. This one's 1,000. Oh, and it's more than what our tractor can use. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just outside the limit of the tractor. Let's just get this front loader attachment. Buy this. Oh, I should point out that, I'm not going to be leasing anything. If we don't own it, we can't use it. Buy this. Lovely. And we need some forks, which will be in the front loader tools. Here are some pallet forks. All right, let's buy these pallet forks. All right. Shopping is finished. All of our stuff should be sitting out the front here. Look at this. The Empire. She grows. I think he's talking to pretend people on YouTube. I am. I'm talking to the future. It just doesn't want to talk to us, hey Slash. I like talking to you guys. So he makes up people. Look at him already, making a Life Uncharted-esque restrictions to his game. Of course, man. It's the only way. It's the only way. Right, here we go. This is everything we need to get started with fertilizing contracts. All right, so we've got 3 fertilizing contracts and some wood transport. We can't do this wood transport just yet. But we can do these 3 fertilizing contracts. So we'll accept all of these contracts and start earning ourselves some cash buck dollary dues. Right. I'm pretty sure I'm hooking this up the right way. Right, we need those forks over there to actually, whilst we're here, let's fill up this little hopper. $300 litres of solid fertilizer. We'll bring one of those with us, just in case we need more. I've got to find my steering wheel and pedals and stuff. Uh-oh, I think I've detached something. Attach the tools. Yes, sir. There we go. Ah, folks! All right, let's take one of these pallets with us, and either we're going to either be squatting in this guy's yard or the abandoned farm over there. There is a hope that, you know, the more I play of this game, the better I shall become in terms of my coordination. All right. Now, look at Crouch just snagging all the jobs for himself. What about other struggling farmers who needs a job? Well, the default game, I think, only allows you to accept 3 contracts at a time. So there's still opportunities for other people. I'm going to do these 3 fertilizing jobs. We'll see what else pops up. Do I have my HR class? I do not. Now, I guess we got to figure out where we're going, right? Let's have a look at the map. All right, so we got 2 right next to each other, and we got 1 all the way down the other side of town. I think what we might do is we'll do these 2 up here first because they're next to each other, and then we'll cruise back all the way down to the other side of town and come and do this contract and then see what we end up with. Depending on how much fertilizer these 2 fields use, we might use it all, I'm not sure. We can pick up the other pallet and then head on down to this field down here. So I think that's our plan, right? Is we'll head up through town, we'll swing a right here, and we'll head up to these fields up there. Let's go. Crash, if you really get into the game, there's this controller. Is that the Logitech one? Oh, yeah, I've looked at that. I don't need the wheel, and I don't need the pedals. And because I've got my 2 sticks, which I'm controlling the tractor with now, I don't really need that, that side attachment. Lemoyne, you wouldn't appreciate squatters on your front yard, so I would squat on the abandoned farm. Am I driving illegally? You ain't got a HGV license? No, I do not. We're out there just cruising around, man. Straight out of the city. We're straight out of the city. All right, let's head on off. Oh, dude, come on, man. There's traffic. There's traffic. All right, for the purposes of just getting to the fields real quick, I think we'll jump into a quick time lapse, I reckon. Well, not for the people watching live, but if you're watching on Crouch's Farm, there's no point watching us cruise all the way through the city. Alright, so this is our first field. They're right next to each other, 62 and 63. Now I'm slowly getting used to, there is like this GPS system for steering assist. I want to show the lines. Like weeding and stuff I can do okay because I'm kind of used to the attachments that I've been using. But I think until I get used to things, I'm going to need to use some of these lines, especially for the fertilizing, because I'm not good.
We should head back to our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby. All those years past, now I know you, how the times can change and I get a little down.
This is one of the things that I love about this game, is just the super chill nature of, you know, just driving up and down fields, plowing, fertilizing. No doubt it's going to get way more intense. I mean, we're going to be stuck in contract purgatory for quite some time. Until we can actually afford our own property and be able to, do our own farming. And I've got a feeling we're going to have to run down the center of this field. Oh, I wonder if I can change the width of this fertilizer sprayer, because we're going to be going over some of this area that we've already fertilized, wasting some of our fertilizer. Crouch, why did my tractor have an engine and wheels when I started? Because we don't want things to be too crazy. It comes default. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down here. That's a bummer.
Thinking about tomorrow, I get down. Was it over from the get-go? Should we call it?
Right, that's our first field done. The second field is next door. We didn't use very much fertilizer at all. We're still at 80%. And we got 13% of this field done. I think this would just be one run down and one run back. I don't know what they're growing in this field, but there's a whole... Are these all weeds, extra weeds and stuff in here? Maybe we'll get a contract to come back and weed this place. Go, little tractor. Look at this. Have we run out of fertilizer? Oh, we refill the fertilizer spreader. Can we do that from here? Turn on the fertilizer spreader. Yes! Victory! We have victory! So I did see that if you carry one of these in the comments of a different video, that if you carry one of these fertilizer pallets with you, then you can refill from it. And some people said that doesn't work, but it's just worked. That's sweet. All right, sick. So I wonder if that solid fertilizer that my beautiful face is covering up at 72% is the percentage of my hopper or the pallet. Hang on a minute. Let's just turn this off. How have we not done the whole field? What did we miss? What did we miss? I'm a pro farmer, everyone. I'm a pro farmer. All right, let's Okay, 93%. Let's fertilize this empty field. We'll go down the middle. We're way off the GPS lines here. Now we're just driving at random. I'm a professional. Maybe the other side? We're burning through fertilizer here. Is there not a map overlay that tells you there wasn't the older versions? Oh, because I ran out of fertilizer halfway along. Yes, that's very true. Somewhere around here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do not make money. We'll figure it all out. We'll figure it all out as we progress, as our career as a farmer develops. We might end up using this whole freaking pallet. Here we go. 96. Yes. Contract complete. Contract complete. Phew. All right, 2 contracts done. Glutrino, my friend, how are you? What the fuck is this? Looks pretty cool. A little bit of farm simulator. A little bit of farm simulator. So let's head on down now to that last field. Hopefully we haven't run out of fertilizer. I've no idea what's left in the pallet, but we'll go check out this last field. What is it? Field 90.
Quits and let go. I have cried many times over you. Sleepless nights, what a crime. Wasting my tears on a broken dream. Maybe I just can't forgive another mistake. Maybe I don't wanna feel this heartache. Every time you let me down, I get to thinking I don't even know why I tried.
All right, so this is our last field, field 90. I think we'll pay a little bit more attention to what we're doing. It's going to take some time to get used to all of the keybinds, and especially like setting them up on my sticks and stuff. All right, let's get this field done.
Is it just me? Do you feel the same? Were you up all night thinking you should maybe go your own way? Or should we stay Try to make things right, cause I get a little down.
So we've almost got this field done, and I've noticed again that there's like a tiny little part of this field. It might behoove me to check the GPS and all the grid lines just to make sure that we're, maximizing our efficiencies. And, we're not going over. See, I've missed something again, 98%. What have I missed? Maybe I should have just concentrated on doing the headland first. Contract finished. Yes, sir! I'm sure as time goes on, I shall figure out my my processes. All right, let's have a quick look at our contracts. 3 completed contracts. 1,000 for this one, 1,300 for this one, and 1,000 for this one. All right, let's add that Cashbuck dollary dues to our bank account. 40 grand. Let's have a look at what contracts are available. Okay, rock removal, can't do. Spraying, we can't do the spraying. Stone picking, we can't do the stone picking. And the wood transport, we can't do the wood transport. So from watching other people's playthroughs, I think, let's have a look in the store, right? Because to do rock removal, spraying, or stone picking, we need different equipment. As is the case for wood transport. I'm going to have a quick look in the store. Because I think stone pickers, 56 grand. Stone pickers are used to remove stones from a field. I need to find out what these little icons mean. It would be nice if when you hovered over these icons, it gave you a little tooltip for what they are. There's no way we can afford this stone picker. Planters, seed tanks, yield improvements. So maybe that stone picker removes stones as well as, what was the other contract? Rocks. Hang on, here we go. Oh no. Okay, here we go. So again, keeping in mind, according to, our city slicker to farmer, zero to hero, rags to riches, as much pain and misery as we can inflict upon ourselves, rules, we can't lease any equipment. If we don't own it, we can't use it. So for this, we need a skid steer and then this automatic jackhammer to get rid of the rocks, which is an entirely different piece of equipment than this stone picking, for which we need a tractor, this stone picker, and a trailer. Really? So the tractor pulls this thing, it's picking up stones, and then I'm assuming, chucking them out of this stone picking contraption into the trailer. We cannot afford that. So we can't do the rock removal or the stone picking. A sprayer, remove the weeds in the field by spraying it with a herbicide. So let's have a, okay, so we need a tractor. Check, we've got one. And a sprayer. And I think this is an upgrade pack. How much do the sprayers cost? Oh, let's have a look. By the way, let's get sidetracked a little bit. Wood cracker. This tool can be used to transport logs. Okay, it's 71% off. This looks like a chunky piece of equipment. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to fit on our tractor. It doesn't tell us what kind of tractor this will go on. That's a chunky piece of equipment. It doesn't, I don't think that this is going to fit on our front loader, right? But that could be useful, given we've got some wood contracts. So, coming back to our contracts. So this wood transport one, This I think we can do if we go and have a look in the store. We can get ourselves a trailer, right? Oh, you know, one thing we should buy is a chainsaw. Just straight up get a chainsaw. I've never heard of these two brands. Johnserid. I've probably butchered that name. McCulloch. But Husqvarna and Still. Let's go to Still. I think it's going to have to be a Still. Let's get the Still. Now, I think we can get here under miscellaneous. We can get this trailer here, right? So other people that I've been watching have used this trailer to transport logs. We can get it with the extension, and apparently these sides and stuff drop down, and you know, it's got little auto straps and ratchet straps and or tension straps or whatever people want to call them. This our tractor can tow. So this is going to cost us with the extension. I don't think we need the cover. And we should get this to match our John Deere green, right? So that's going to cost us $10,750. What we also need then to grab and move the logs around is a different attachment for our front loader. This thing here, this log fork. So 13 grand all up. 13 grand all up, and we can start getting into some wood transport contracts. Which kind of makes sense because at the moment there's no other contracts that are available for us, at least at this specific time of the day. Baling we can't do either because we need a baler. Press square bales on the specified field. So I know that you can get round balers and square balers. So this guy obviously wants square bales. All right, let's buy the stuff that we need to do this wood transport contract. All right, so we've got 26,000 left. Let's head back to the shop to pick up our new stuff and hopefully pick up that. Actually, let's have a check before we go when that expires. 52 hours away, so we got plenty of time. Let's head back to the store to go to pick up our new bits of equipment. The collection grows.
Thinking about tomorrow, I get down. Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried many times over you, sleepless nights.
So here we are back at the store. There's our new trailer, our new front end loader attachment. Yes, sir. All right, let's put this fertilizer down. We'll drop off our fertilizer attachment. Stick this back near the pallet too. I can't remember what my keybinds are. There we go. We'll drop off these forks. We're going to have to make a decision about where we decide to keep all of our stuff. Do we keep it here in this dude's car park? I mean, we did buy all this stuff from him, so, you know. We want to drop those off. We want to pick up our log munching tool. I've been playing with my keyboard and mouse up until just last night, where I set up I've got dual VKB gunfighter or gladiator flight sticks, which I use for Star Citizen, but I've set them up now to be able to use in Farm Simulator. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to, get used to all my keybinds. Oh yeah, we misjudged that quite badly, didn't we? So if I keep dropping things, on the ground, it's because I can't remember my own keybinds. All right, let's go. Right, so we've got, I think, what we need now to... Oh, we've got some more contracts. Or weeding. I don't mind a little bit of weeding. Let's do this wood transport contract. Whereabouts is it? It's all the way up on the other side of town. We do need the cash buck dollary dues, so let's accept this. Weeding. So we need a weeder. Back to the store. So it's going to get to the point where, we've bought enough equipment to sustain different types of contracts. And then those are really the only types of contracts we're going to be able to do, obviously, until we can start generating some sort of wealth to be able to afford some of these bigger bits of equipment. So I have no idea how long that's going to take. It's probably going to take a while. So we're sort of going to be stuck with a whole bunch of these fertilizing contracts, wood transport contracts. If we get this weeder, grassland, forage harvesting, here we go. I think it's 6.5 grand. Yeah, so if we get this weeder, how much is a cultivator? 6.5 grand for the weeder. Grasslands. A mower would be cool. At 13.5 grand. This one's 3.1 meters wide. This one's 3.4. This is 3.9. This is 16.5 grand. Does this one fold down to like one side of the tractor? Oh yeah, so here's one that's got two. Oh no, this is even bigger. All right, so we're looking 3.1 meters wide, 3.4 meters wide, and 3.9 meters wide. 3.1, this requires a 60 horsepower tractor. This requires a 110 horsepower tractor. For some reason, this only requires a 100 horsepower tractor, even though it's bigger. All right, so mower's going to cost us 14 grand. Where are the cultivators? Animals, forestry. There's a section on field improvements or something. Yield improvements. No. Here, soil cultivation. Plows. Cultivators. So 14 grand for a plow. Cultivators. So 9.5 grand for a cultivator. So 6.5 grand for a weeder, 9.5 grand for a cultivator. What's that? 16 grand. We've got 26 grand. Choices, choices, choices. So look at these contracts. Weeding. Remove the small weeds in the field using a weeder. It's going to pay us 2 grand. All right, let's buy a weeder. Let's buy a weeder. We'll come back and get the weeder. Where did we see the weeder? Here we go. We'll get this cheap weeder here. I wish I could change the color of it, but we cannot. All right, let's buy this. And we'll come back and pick that up in a minute. Let's accept ourselves that weeding contract as well. When does it expire? 15 hours. Plenty of time. Oh, and some dead wood. Well, this is all the way on the other side of town. All right. We've got a few options popping up. This is quite nice. This is quite nice. Let's accept that weeding contract. And I think we'll accept this deadwood contract. This is basically go out there and cut some trees down. Oh, they're saying that we need this huge, big, forestry tractor. This thing here. That's a bit crazy. All right. Let's accept that deadwood too. So we've got 3 active contracts, 1 deadwood, 1 weeding, and 1 wood transport. Let's have a look at our map. How do we get access to the map? It's here again. So we've got a contract all the way up here, 1 here, and 1 here. So I think if we go out through town and we head up here, we can do this contract first. This is wood collection, wood transport. I wonder where we have to transport it to. And then we can come back through oh no, we have to come back to here to pick up the weeder, don't we? What is this place? Carpentry. Biogas plant. Preserved food factory. Oops. I know that when you do a deadwood contract, you can cut the trees down and then sort of process them and then take them somewhere to sell them. I think what we'll do is we'll drive out here first and cut these trees down. That's what we'll do first. I think we'll do that first. We'll go do this deadwood contract. We've got a chainsaw, and then we'll see if we can take those logs somewhere to get a bit of extra cash buck dollary dues. So let's head on down to
wasting my tears on a broken dreaming. Maybe I just can't forgive another mistake. Maybe I don't wanna feel this heartache. Every time you let me down, I get to thinking I don't even know why, even though I tried. Yeah, I don't know why I tried. Yeah, I don't even know why. I don't know why I tried. We should head back to our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby.
Okay, so I wonder if these are the logs that we need to pick up, right? Oh, perfect. These are the logs that we need to pick up. And our deadfall contract is just here as well. All right, let's jump out of the tractor. Let's cut down our deadfall. But I don't think we're going to be able to take it with us because we've got to transport the logs that are here. Now, I've just noticed there's quite a lot of logs there, so we may not be able to fit them all in the trailer at the same time. We might have to do 2 different runs. Anyway, let's get all these trees chopped down.
I have cried many times over you. Sleepless nights, what a
deadfall contracts. I did a few of them, you know, in my significant amount of farm simulator experience, and I didn't know that you could then buzz down through these trees, right, and, you know, lop off all of these branches. Maybe I can't lop off the branches. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, we're chopping branches off. And then chop up these logs to, you know, take them for processing. For that extra cash buck dollary dues. How do we squat down? Control. I mean, we can't take these with us because we've got the logs and stuff that we need to transport. All right, that's that contract complete. So we've got a massive pile of logs here. So I'm just quickly check the contract. There, we have this circle, right, with the little logs. I'm assuming this is where we need to pick the logs up from. And then this is where we need to take the logs to, right? The carpentry store. That's a long drive, man. Up through the farmlands up here. Be quite a nice drive. And then we'll have to come back around to the store to pick up our weeder and head out to plot number 18 to weed this field here. Right. Let's have a go of using the log little grapply thing to pick up these logs. I think we just reverse the trailer back a little bit. All right. I wonder if it's going to roll down the hill. Right. I've never used one of these log wood attachy things before, the grappling arm. And there's a lot of trees in the way. Right, so which way closes it? All right. The ineptitude is significant. But we'll learn. We'll learn. I think we quite possibly might need some sort of weight on the back of this tractor. It's very front heavy. There's a lot of trees around here. The trailer is not exactly in the most ideal spot for this sort of behavior. We might need to move the trailer. We're dropping logs everywhere. And we definitely need to move this trailer. If I was being paid to do this job, I think I would have been fired by now. This log looks significantly bigger than this trailer. Doesn't it? We'll make it work. I think we're going to move this trailer. It's in a very ridiculous position. Can we just push it around? Right, I wonder how many of these we can fit in this trailer. There's an awful lot of trees around. Can we zoom in a little bit? Not exactly sure this is going to be ideal. I wonder if we can sort of move it a little bit. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to this tool. Does it have a side shift on it? Do I put them into the trailer sort of with the logs hanging out the back or hanging out the front? You know, I would normally put them, whoa, so that the log is hanging out the back, right? Something like that. What do we reckon? I wonder if I can drop just the back tray. This trailer's way too small for this job, but it's the only one that we can afford, and we make do with what we can. All right, let's move this trailer out of the way. Give ourselves a little bit more room to maneuver. Attach this trailer. Lovely. I think if we there's a deer over there. If we move this, oh, we're stuck on the tree. Right, if we put the trailer there, hopefully it doesn't roll down the hill. Right. Let's continue this excellent display of ineptitude in a slightly faster motion.
Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. Think I was broken, I needed some time to clear my head. 'Cause I've made all the mistakes and I've dealt with the heartbreaks, but I think that I found my way.
So judging by my display of ineptitude so far, I think this contract's going to take me quite a while to complete. And getting used to the motion of this attachment is going to take a little bit of time. But hopefully as this series progresses and as my experience progresses, this becomes a little bit easier. And I think it's also clearly evident that I'm going to need some sort of weight on the back of this trailer, on the back of this tractor. But we'll get it done. Uh-oh. How many logs have we got this time? Got 2 again. Let's continue this wonderful display of ineptitude. And we'll get this contract complete. I think we might have to do 1 log at a time. Or quickly duck back to the shop and go grab a weight. I wonder if I put a weight on the back of the trailer. If I can, on the back of the tractor, I can still connect that trailer to the tractor that has a weight on the back. That makes sense, right? Tractor, weight, trailer connected to the weight. Something to think about.
I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken. I won't let you go, 'cause I'm finding my way right back to you. I'll find my way back to you. I see a river floating its way out to the sea. I can remember carving our names onto that tree. And I just wanna see you, 'cause you will never know just how much I've been missing home. I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken. I won't let you go, 'cause
I think that's about all I'm going to be able to manage to get in this trailer until I have a little bit more experience with using this attachment. All right, now I think that this thing has some straps, right? Fasten tension belts. Yes. I mean, if I stack this a little bit more neatly, we might be able to fit a few more in there. And I think I'm really afraid at the moment to open the flaps because I think everything is just going to fall out. But I'm wondering if I can just open the back flap. Keep the sides up, lower the back. That way I can stack the logs in there a little bit more efficiently. But let's see. So now I'm pretty sure, if we have a look at the map, saving the content, please. It's a good idea. We're going to have to take these logs, right? Oh, does the contract tell us? Let's read the contract. Deadwood. In this area, there is a problem with, note deadwood, we've completed that, so let's collect that. Wood transport. Transport the trees to the specified selling station to get paid. Be careful not to damage them, as any damage will be deducted from your pay. Well, I'm clearly getting paid nothing for this job. Selling station, carpentry. Okay. All right, so the little log symbol is where we pick up the logs, and then this over here is where we're selling them. Okay. This is going to take us a little bit of time. It's time for some super fast forward activity. How do we get out of here? I guess we can we go cross country, you reckon? Or is this a disaster waiting to happen? I already know it's a disaster waiting to happen. Let's go.
I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I'll find my way back to you. I think that I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I think that I'm finding my way. Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line and don't look back. But I've been sinking like a stone. Carolina, take me home. Nothing's ever really broken, and I won't let you go. 'Cause I'm finding my way right back to you. Yeah, I'll find my way back to you.
Parked like a pro. Sell wood. Okay, so I got plus $8 for solid wood. I wonder if I've done the right thing. It does say I've finished 40% of the contract. All right, I think it's working. All right, back to the collection site. And you know, we'll go for the next batch.
Acidic Comet is now following on Twitch. Welcome to After Dark.
Acidic Comet, my friend. Welcome to the ineptitude. That is my experience as a complete noob in Farm Simulator. I'm absolutely in love with this game. Watch out, dude. You're about to get forked. You're about to get forked. I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you for the follow, mate. I appreciate it. I think we came this way, right? Navigating around the map's going to be, you know, obviously the more time I spend and the more time I play, I'm going to learn the map, you know, more efficiently. All right, so we want to go left here and then take this right here. I love watching new people learn the game. Well, look, there's a lot to learn and my ineptitude is significant. But I'm absolutely loving it, man. All right. Let's head on back to the site to pick up the next batch of wood.
One day, like a tidal wave, a hurricane, like a thunderstorm, the pouring rain, it comes rolling in, and right away, oh, it hits you like a ton of lead. Oh yeah, it'll mess.
I think this is a good spot. Is everyone ready for another display of amazing ineptitude? Oh, one thing I want to try before we go ahead is let's open the flap. Oh, yeah, look. Okay, so that's going to that's going to make things much, much easier. Open flap. Okay, so open flap is the back one, right? Can we lower the sides? Obviously, we don't want to lower the sides because we need the logs to be able to stay in there. But that's gonna be much, much better for us.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Oh boy. If you're watching this in the future on Crouch's Farm over on YouTube, obviously, you know, I'm streaming on my main channel, Crouch After Dark, which is where I do all my streams. Link in the description if you want to come and watch this ineptitude unfold into, you know, supreme competence. I don't know, there's no hashtag, it might take forever. Come and hang out either on Twitch or on YouTube for these live streams, and you can get involved in this nonsense that's going on. What have I been fined for, Motherfig? I've been fined for anything ever. Oh, all right, let's unhook this trailer, and let's try again to get some more of these logs into this trailer. Oh, we didn't get a weight, did we? All right, that's all right. We shall persevere. Another display of ineptitude. Ready, set, go.
With your head, you won't know where to begin. You can't keep up, you fall behind. You lost your aim, can't clear your mind. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. It pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst, best thing that's ever happened to you. No, it can't be true. Maybe for someone else, but not for you. Still you pray that it'll stay and hit you harder, don't go away. Hit you deeper, running through your veins for one more day. Can't keep up, you fall behind. You lost your aim, can't clear your mind. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. Pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst, best thing, well, that's ever happened to you. You can't keep up, you fall behind.
Alright, so we've got 2 more. I reckon we can do it.
Can clear your mind.
I think we might.
Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop.
Alright, so this display has been a little bit better. I'm not going to say I'm proficient, but it's been a little bit better. We're going to move the trailer. And because we dropped 1 log. I think if we can move the trailer, we'll be able to get another log on the other side. Alright, let's have a quick look. What was the fasten tension straps? Is L, right? There we go. Strapped. Alright, let's unhook here. I've got a feeling we might be able to apply multiple straps. We'll find out, I guess, in a minute. Let's get this last one. And see if we can pop multiple straps in.
Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. Like a fire burning wild, a freight train you can't stop. Like a nightmare, but this time you don't wanna wake up. It pulls you in, it takes over. You just can't let go of the worst best thing that's ever happened to you. Oh, the worst best thing.
Can we just push the tray a little bit? Probably not a good idea. Let's approach this.
It's ever happened to you.
The ineptitude continues. All right, it's looking better, I think. You know, we've really missed an opportunity to stack another log just on the, right in front of the, you know, the tractor. I wonder if we can drop it in there. I wonder if the tension straps actually have, you know, physicality to them. But it's going to take a little bit of time before I'm proficient with this tool. You know, it's for someone who drives a forklift every day at work. You know, I could tell you, driving a forklift in real life is a lot easier. I've never used this type of attachment before. but I'll get better. I'll get better. Let's get this log on the track on the trailer, and hopefully we can get it on this load. That's all the logs. We can get them off to the carpentry store and get everything sold.
Once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars.
Success. I think the more I use this tool, you know, I'll just become more proficient with the unfastened tension belts. Okay, and then I'm assuming we can refasten them. Oh no! Oh, Bubba, I didn't press it fast enough. I thought it was Y to fasten the tension straps, but it's L to fasten and L to unfasten. Okay. I guess we do it all again. The trailer is very back heavy. I can get these in there. I know I can. I get all the alternative. The alternative really is to just go drop off this load and then come back and get those 2 logs. Which I don't really mind because the drive over there is quite nice. And we're certainly not here to worry about efficiencies at this point in time. First, a little bit of proficiency needs to come first, and then we can worry about efficiency. So I don't mind having to leave these 2 logs behind and then come back and pick up those other two. I want to have a go though. I want to have a go. All right, let's try and get them in the trailer. Okay, so I was just reading my chat and they said that you can fasten. You can fasten the straps one at a time. Oh, okay. So if okay, that strap was enough to add a little bit more extra weight to the trailer. Okay, so I can put one strap on there. That's keeping those in place, right? So now I can get back in the tractor and add the others. All right, let's go.
Down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain. Bring your life back. We can breathe again. When dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go.
All right, we have success. We have success. It's not neat. It's not neat. But so now we should be able to, can we add more straps? Yes. That log that's hanging off the edge there doesn't make me feel super confident. Right. We go bush bashing it once again. All right. Let's head back to the carpentry store.
Getting old don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier to see who I am and who I wanna be. No, getting old don't bother me. Truth can be a bitter pill, but it'll do you right and set you free the way a lie never will. Like climbing up the steepest hill. But truth can be a bitter pill. And ooh, that's the way.
Alrighty. We has made it. We has made it. Tool tips again. So sell wood. So we've got $12 for the wood, but we've finished the wood transport contract. All right, let's have a look. Yes, there it is, completed. All right, that was a bit of effort. 3,825 cash buck dollary dues. It was a bit of effort. The first experience loading that trailer with that tool was an absolute comedy festival. The second load really wasn't, a display of proficiency, but it was much easier. Well, not much easier. It was, I'm getting used to the controls. More of these contracts. I really enjoyed that. More of these contracts. Having learnt about the straps now, and thanks very much to the chat over on, Crouch After Dark. If you want to tune into the live stream, check the video description. There'll be a link to Crouch After Dark. For the tips on using the belts, Acidic Comment mentioned you can fasten the belts one at a time by walking by the trailers. Slash also just suggested, you know, locking the other ones in place before I try adding more. And that worked. All right, let's collect this contract. The mission was collected. All right, now we need to go get this weeder. All right, we bought a weeder. It's sitting over at the store. Let's see if there's any other contracts available. Okay, so there's quite a few. Baling we can't do. Deadwood's nice and easy. That's, oh man, that's back where we just picked up the wood from. Maybe we should have checked the contracts before we left. The fertilizing contracts we can do. Harvesting we can't do. Hoeing we can't do. Rock removal we can't do. Spraying we can't do. Stone picking we can't do. And here's another weeding contract. Let's accept that. So 18 and 13, relatively close to each other. Let's head back to the store and pick up our weeder that we bought. We'll drop this off, because I think what we'll do is we'll grab our forks, because we're going to do the fertilizing contracts next. So we'll grab our forks. Let's
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Dave's offered us a storage facility, mate. All right. Okay, so let's have a look where these contracts are. Are there any more weeding contracts that have popped up in the 2 minutes it's taken for us to get here? No. All right, so 13 and 18, right? 13 and 18. Okay. Let's head on out. And we'll do some weeding. I'll still need to use the GPS system for the weeding contracts, because I can't really see much of a difference in the fields when I'm weeding. You know, when I've been using the cultivator, I can easily see the difference. Anyway, you know, we'll sort it all out. Maybe we'll have to have the lines and stuff on. Anyway, I'll see you when we get to the fields. Right, first field. First weeding contract. All right, let's get our AI worker open. We want steering assistance. We need our lines on. And that should be good. That should be good. All right, so we'll do our headlands first. Because I can't see much of a difference when we're weeding like this. Actually, you know, for the sake of learning, right? Let's get our AI worker open and turn off the lines. They'll still work, I just won't be able to see them. I'll be able to hear, and I'm assuming you guys will too, the auto cue for when you're getting towards the end of the row and then when you're at the end of the row. Let's try it like this, because without the lines on, you know, it looks much, much nicer. Let's go. So we'll do our headlands first. Maybe we might need to switch the lines on after I've finished the headland. We'll see. Oh, I wonder if there's a toggle for turning the lines on and off outside of having to go into the menu.
Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like the river flows, life will take you where you need to go.
99%, 100%. So I think the other field up this way. Field 13, yeah. Eventually I'll learn my way around the fields and the roads and all that sort of stuff, and I'll be able to drive around the map like a pro. I wonder how our tractor's going to cope on this hill. Oh boy, John Deere, are you going to struggle? Let's see how it goes.
That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. Like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go.
Contract complete. Right. Let's have a little look in our contracts and see if there's any more of these weeding contracts around. Let's cash in both of these contracts. So we've got another deadwood. Actually, the deadwood's not that far away. Let's accept that because we can just go cut those down relatively quickly. So the baling we can't do. We can do the fertilizing contracts. We can't do the harvesting. We can't do the hoeing. We could buy a mower. We can't do the rock removal. We can't do the spraying. We can't do the stone picking. Oh, another wood transport mission. Okay, so back to that same spot, or it's just a little bit further up the road. Number of trees, 29 trees. I wish I could counted how many we fit in the trailer. Is there a contract history? Can I see my previous contracts? I wonder how many I fit in the trailer last time. This might be, let's say 10 trees per trip. That's 3 trips. I really enjoyed that. Where is this wood transport? It's in the same place, right? So let's accept that because we can go and do the deadwood and the wood transport. I really enjoyed that. So we're going to have to go back and change equipment. Is there any weeding? Now I have seen something. I remember watching one of Syrup's videos on YouTube, and he was talking about you can do hoeing contracts with a weeder, or you can do weeding contracts with a hoe. I can't quite remember. I think it depends on what type of field it is. So 15 and 9. Okay, so both of these are kind of on the way back to the store. Are you collecting the deadwood and selling it for extra profit? No, I'm not, mate. No. A hoe can weed, not the other way around. Hoe can do stage 1 and 2 weeds. Maybe I should have bought a hoe. A weeder can only do stage 1 weeds. So I can't do these hoeing contracts with the weeder, but I could do weeding contracts with a hoe. Right, let's head back we'll swap over our equipment. There's no more weeding contracts. Let's have a quick look in the store, right? Weeders, yeah? So this is a hoe. All right, so okay. The hoe's well out of our price range. Maybe we can upgrade to the hoe in the future to replace the weeder. We need to earn a little bit more cash buck dollary dues. Have a look at this monster. What's this? It's a planter. Planters are a special type of seeder. They are used for crops like maize, sunflowers, and soybeans. I think I'm really more interested in agriculture than I am husbandry. I do want to have pigs, though. Fields that I can cruise up and down on, and pigs. Because everyone loves bacon. Shallow cultivators are used for shallow cultivation or seedbed creation of fields. Manure spreaders improve the harvest of your fields. All right. Nothing here in the store. All right. I don't think we need to buy anything else. Let's head back into town. We'll go and get our trailer and the log grapple attachment. We'll come back, we'll cut down this dead wood and haul these logs over to the carpentry store. I really enjoyed that, and I think the more of those I do, the more proficient I'll become with that attachment. And you know, my controls, using my flight sticks and stuff to control that attachment. Full speed around this corner. All right, I'll see you back at the shop.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. Yeah.
Right. Not super excited about crossing over those train lines, but you know, we got there in the end. Chainsaw, let's go. Both of these contracts I've really been enjoying, just chopping down this dead wood. We haven't been processing any of it to, you know, to sell. But you know, just coming out here and chopping some trees down is super fun. So let's get this done. I'm still not used to, you know, how, you know, chopping off these branches. I guess it's just practice, right? And apparently then you can chop these into small bits, right? Or although I guess we've got the grapple, we don't need to chop them into small bits. We can just chop them into manageable bits to put in here. We'll worry about trying to sell logs later. In the meantime, let's cut down all the dead trees and then go haul that lumber again and see if we can get a little bit more proficient with the little grabby claw thing.
Remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets. You were all I used to know. You and I forever.
Contract complete. And I did find over here was our log pile. So let's go get aboard the tractor. And hopefully we have a somewhat smoother experience. I'm not confident, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. The more of these we do, the more I'll learn. So Maybe we've got a little bit more room to maneuver and work without so many trees and stuff sort of being in the way. All right, let's I think this looks like a good spot to put the tractor, the trailer.
Forever ago, and you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago. This town's so quiet this time of year, with the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago.
Right to open. All right, so there we go, right? And then this one here we can take with us. Probably would make more sense to grab it from a more centralized position. All right, so it's L to strap them, right? Is it L to strap them? Okay, let's get our tooltips back up. Fasten tension belts, L. Hey, this was way better. And look at that stack, it's way cleaner. I'm a professional. All right, let's get this first load back to the carpentry workshop. And then we'll come back and get the rest. Let's go. Oh, goodness me. We didn't check for trains, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't check for trains. Could have been a disaster. Let's go. Hopefully we don't take out any cars on the way there.
I feel hard, I feel fast, hoping that my love for you will last forever, forever, forever ago. I feel hard, I feel fast, hoping that my love for you will last forever, forever, forever. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago.
I was pretty impressed with that. You know, we've got more than enough in there to come back and make the last trip super easy. And we can still take one with us. I want to get it in the middle of this log. And then we'll take these off to the carpentry store. Then we got one more. That's our last contract complete. Let's have another quick look at our contracts before we head off anywhere. I don't know how much time has passed, but no. Maybe by the time we finish this contract, there'll be another one popping up. Let's get this stuff off to the carpentry store. I'm going to say it again. I'm finding this way easier to do in third person. I think in first person. I think because it just makes sense from the direction of the wheel and the controls and stuff. All right, so left to strap, yeah? Yeah, there we go. I'm really happy with how, you know, I'm improving with this log hook. And these contracts are so much fun to do. Well, I mean, this process is fun to do. If I had a bigger trailer, then, you know, obviously we could haul a bigger load. And I could have done that in 2 trips. Or I guess if I was a little bit more proficient in loading the trailer, and I had a weight, I could have brought back 2 logs in the log hook. But, you know, we're at the very lowest level of equipment. So, you know, I can't expect too much. You know, this is probably my 12th or 13th hour playing this game. So there's a long way to go. So I'm very happy right now. You know, the first time using that log hook was painful and comedic. I had a good laugh, but I'm becoming better. I'm becoming better. It's easier for me in first person. I do want to learn how to do it better in third person because I think it's a little bit more interesting to watch from the outside, so to speak. You know, as a viewer, rather than, you know, being sitting there in the cabin. You don't get to see everything happening properly. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go get this dropped off. Oh, you know what we should have done before we left? Oh, God. I'll check now the contracts. There will probably be a deadwood contract there now, right? Let's have a look. Baling, fertilizing, harvesting, hoeing, mowing, rock removal, spraying and stone picking. Okay, so we can't do any of these contracts right now. Oh, actually, we could do these fertilizing contracts. You can see both of these contracts, you know, they're recommending just the small fertilizer, right? But this big one on field 87, it's a big field, how it's 6 acres. I wonder how many acres fertilized or spread properly. Let's have a look in the store, right? One of these fertilizers, 1,000 liters, right? Let's just call it kilograms. 1 ton, 1 kilo, you know, 1,000 kilograms, 1,000 liters of this solid fertilizer is spread. If it is appropriately spread, correctly spread, efficiently spread on a field, how many acres would this do? I tried to have a look in the help section and stuff, but there wasn't anything about it. All right, let's no more deadwood contracts, no more wood collection. Let's go finish this one off so we can get paid, and then we'll go have a look at some of those fertilizing contracts. contracts complete. All right, so active. There's our deadwood for 1,500. Let's cash that in. And there's that epic 3-trip wood transport of 7,395. No missing crops, no reimbursements, no lease costs. All right, excuse me. So on that yawn at the end there, that was the first part of a mammoth 7.5 hour stream. I've cut it short. I'll probably take the rest and put it into episode 2, but I'm having a huge amount of fun. I really appreciate anyone who's managed to watch all the way to the end of this nonsense. I'm super excited about this game. I'm super excited about this series. I'm super excited about learning about more of it. And as I've mentioned several times during the video, if you want to join me live, there's a link in the description to Crouch After Dark. I'd love to see you there. You can watch on either YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, I'll let you have... I hate recording content. So I stream live. It's just like that. Let's leave all of this in. I'll catch you next time. See ya.